Mere 10 minutes after the last video ended, we are back again on the Trailblazers League's account. This is going to be the second video, and the goal of today is to get the combat tiers. I think it's very doable, may even go past that. But I don't feel the rush anymore. I'm kind of taking it chill now that I unlocked Zaya. I got that done quick enough that I was happy with, and I'm just backfilling a lot of stuff. So I completed 10 laps of the Varrock agility course. There also is a task for 50 of any agility course, like 50 combined. So I already did the 13 at Draenor, so I do another 37 here. So I think I'm going to do that. Because this is actually my only agility training method all the way up to level 50 with the areas I'm taking. There is no other options. I think actually no, at 48 I can do Shazian, but that requires a myth grapple, so that's not going to be for a while. But this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to show every task that I do. I'll update and like scroll up in chat, but stuff like chopping in the sewers probably won't show. Anyway, I'll check back in with you guys once we are done with the Varrock agility. Alright, that took a little bit longer than I thought, but I'm happy to get that out of the way, give myself a little bit of break after running around the game all morning. But that is my first level 50, and I now have the ability to do the Falador course when I unlock Asgarnia. That will be my next training method. Traveling to Fossil Island is a very easy task, and as soon as you get here, you can pet the dog as well. Requirement less task, 20 points, just like that. Those are the type of tasks I love. Built a crate with bananas, got 40 points, and I think he actually gives us coins. Yeah, we get 30 coins from him. Very, very, very nice. Thank you, Lathis. And this is the last task that I wanted to complete before hopping over to Zaya, finish Rune Mysteries, and then immediately teleport into the Essence Mine, completing both a medium and an easy task. Without leaving the starting areas, I got 1060 points, so pretty easy to get the third relic. Shouldn't be too bad at all, but let's teleport to Zaya for the first time. And let's use our Fairy's Flight to get there. I guess I can go to Hosidius allotment patch, because I think that's where the oak trees are going to be. As long as I have 2 oak trees, that is enough, and we are going to be working on firemaking now. I want to get myself up to level 30 woodcutting and 30 firemaking so that I'm able to start chopping down some willows. Yeah, I got 30 woodcutting very quickly. I always forget how quick this is. And I think the ones in my inventory should also get me up to level 30 firemaking, and we can move on to willows. And I think this is going to be our home for the next little bit. I need to get myself all the way up to 50 firemaking. And with 8 times experience, that'll be a little over 100 logs. So we're looking at what, like 5 inventories of this? And also, now that we're above level 30 in skills, the XP pop-up will come up every time we gain a level, so that'll interrupt us, which will be kind of annoying. There is a firemaking level 50. I can now enter the Wintertodt prison. My task count now is up to 82, and I have 1150 points, meaning I am 50 away from the next relic. I got a medium task for burning 100 willows, chopping 100 willows. Glad to get that done. Worked out really well because I basically got that, then got 50. And then I also was lucky enough to get a bird's nest, so I have a beginner clue that I can do in the future. But before I go to Wintertodt, I do want to unlock the next tier. It just feels weird having it be 50 off. Just did some tasks. It might be a little bit framey right now because I am rendering the video, but I stole some silk, stole a chocolate slice, fetched 1,000 arrow shafts and 25 oak stalks, and now I'm 1 task away. All right, we made it through the stronghold of security. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that because I was worried about getting 1 shot at 10 HP, but it was perfectly fine. And we got ourselves fancy boots, which is going to be a task, and we now have enough points to unlock the tier 3 relic. I'm not actually going to choose it yet because I am going to Wintertodt, and whatever I do at Wintertodt isn't affected by either of these relics. So I'm just going to keep it in there. And also the passive doesn't do anything. It's just last recall for tier 3 as the passive. We don't get an increased XP boost or a drop rate multiplier until T4. I was worried about not getting into 409 because it's full, but this is the Wintertodt world. So Zaya's going to be super busy on here. And we just got our long run towards Wintertodt. All right. One extremely cool synergy here is the production master makes it so that all the kindling in my inventory gets converted in one. So I could basically fletch without having to worry about fletching. Plus, it's been one game and I've already gained 4 fire making levels. So I think this 99 is not going to take long at all. Yeah, I got up to 56 on my very first Wintertodt kill. Got also my first combat achievement done. Prediction, how many kills does it take me to get to level 99? It's not going to be a lot. It has been an hour and a half of Wintertodt. I can now create Infernal Axes. We're up to level 85, and that is 17 kills. Which is crazy to think that I'm level 85 and I only have 17 kills. So far, rares-wise, we picked up Warm Gloves and the Brumatorch, which I think will happen when I get my first 99. Because I get an Elite Task at 90, an Elite Task at 95, and then an Elite Task at 99, which will bring me to 2090. Fletching-wise, I'm already at 58, which means I can do all the tasks up to level 70 fletching. So I think once we're out of Wintertodt, I'll like go on this really long binge of backfilling all the tasks, probably train up some crafting as well, get a bunch of tasks done, unlock the next area, and potentially get all the way up to tier 5 today. There is my first level 90, and this is why I think it's worth rushing a 99. I got an elite task at 95 for achieving my first level 95. Oh, I got the Tome of Fire! Let's go! Best in slot obtained! This is going to be our last game at the Wintertodt. I am 73k fire making away from level 99. I did a total of 58. I guess this is going to be 59 kills. And I hopped in Kourend Castle, so I've probably been here for pretty much exactly 5 hours to go from 50 to 99 with 8 times experience. I don't think that's that bad. I would definitely take that, and I think it's going to pay dividends for the future of the account. Got a lot of things out of it. Like you look at our fletching level 73. I can basically do every fletching task there is that just purely requires a level. The problem is one of the tasks requires a magic log. A lot of them require a magic log, and also one of them requires 100 U logs, and I didn't get either of those as drops from Wintertodt, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping to get a magic log there, but with time, I'll get 75 woodcutting, and I can get the magic log that way. I do need some AFK time after all. There is level 99 firemaking, which is our first level 99, and that gives us enough points to unlock a tier 4 relic. We're going to check the relics interface to choose which one. All right, I'm not going to open this crate just yet because by picking our next relic tier, we'll actually improve our drop rate chances on that. But I'm up to 98 total tasks complete and 2180 total points. And which means I have 42 tasks left to go. But let's claim both our tier 3 and tier 5 relic. So for tier 3, there's Banker's Note or Fire Sale is probably the most controversial selection for anyone. Fire Sale makes every single shop free, so you basically have unlimited money, unlimited everything. It's crazy. But Banker's Note lets you unnote and note items at every time. So that is, or at any point in the game. So say you're in raids, that's crazy. You can unnote sharks, have more food. You're never going to run out of food. I think Fire Sale definitely has better early game application, while Banker's Note has the advantage in the end game. Though I think it's 6 1/2 dozen the other. And I really want to try out Fire Sale because it's a very unique way of playing the game. And it combos very well with Production Prodigy. On top of that, we get the Crystal of Memories passive. This is Last Recall, and I'll explain it when I use it, but essentially it allows you to blink back to where you were every time you teleport away. And then for the 4th tier, this is the combat style, and I am going for the range combat style because I did melee in Trailblazers, and I think mage is going to be really boring with having to grind out a shadow. And the passive effect for this tier is, first off, drop rates are 3 times as common. That's very good. And then it's all the Slayer upgrades. Slayer points are 5 times. Bigger and Badder Slayer unlocked is for free. And Slayer superior rates are increased to a 1 in 50 chance. So we're going to select Archer's Embrace. And what this is going to do with us is, first off, all our weapons are going to be half or better. So a rune crossbow, which is 5 tick, is going to go down to a 2 tick weapon. Going to be really great. 90% of ammunition is saved when using ranged weapons. This is going to be really big because we don't have any Avis devices in our regions. We don't get it until the Maxscape. And this 90% will go with all the stuff like Crystal Bow, Chinchampas, and Toxic Blowpipe, though the only one of those items we'll have access to is Chins. And then Enchanted Bolts have a 2 times boosted chance to proc. So if a Ruby Bolt normally had a 6% chance, it now has a 12% chance. Alongside that, there's a 10% chance that the weapon will fire an extra projectile. So that's just a flat 10% increase to DPS. And our ranged accuracy is doubled. Or at least our accuracy roll is doubled. Your actual accuracy won't end up being doubled. But Archer's Embrace. Let's go. So we have both Tier 3 and Tier 4 Relic unlocked. And now we're 20 points away from the next tier. And this next tier is going to be really big because both minigame points are boosted to 5 times. And the League XP multiplier increases to 12 times. So those 2 things are going to be very nice. I guess I can now open this crate, see if I get something good. Well, I got my 3rd Brumatorch. It's a little unfortunate that I got 3 Brumatorches and 3 warm gloves, but it is what it is. I'm going to show off the true power of this relic. Let's just show buying Chaos Rune packs. I just bought 3,500 Chaos Runes in a single click. I just bought 63k Chaos Runes in like 10 clicks. It's insane. The simplest way of explaining it is if an item is in a shop in my region and you pay GP with it, I have an unlimited amount of it. That's kind of like the only way of describing it. If we come to the mage shop here, I can come over, I can do the same thing I was doing before and sell these Chaos Runes and look at my toggle go up. Okay, 425k toggle. I think that's enough for my hand for now. And we should be able to purchase from Tazar Relic here. We can purchase an Onyx for 300k toggle, and that is an elite task done. Normally that would take forever to get. And on top of that, we can also purchase some iron ore here. I'll probably get upwards of maybe 100 just to put in the bank. So that way I can power mine iron instead. And if I need more, I can always come back here. And the other purchase we're going to make is at the shop here. I can't wield any of these items, so I'm not going to bother buying them yet. But I can actually wield an obsidian cape, so we'll go ahead and use that one. We can wield the obsidian cape, so that's a hard task. So I just got 240 points from buying random junk, and there's going to be a lot more tasks like that in the future. But to knock out these 40 tasks, I want to focus on the area of Kourend. There's a lot of very easy tasks in that area that I can knock out, such as Favor. And I think that'll be enough to get me the 40 tasks I need to move on to the next area. I think I found my new best in slot melee weapon. We are wearing this protest banner until the end of time, or at least until I get a better weapon. And while we're doing the Client of Kourend quest, we might as well pay Frozov here to allow us to use this fairy ring. Future, it'll be our best way of getting to the Arceus library. And Client of Kourend quest is done. As with usual, you get a Kourend favor certificate. And as per usual, we're putting it into Piscarilius, though I am interested to see if this actually works with the bonus. And this is going to give us 60% instead of 20%. And it did. Yeah, so that's great. So that means each of the individual house quests is actually going to give us 10 or 30, which is really good. Queen of Thieves is done. Going to be some good thieving experience. And on top of that, we also got the Fisher's Flute, which we can add to our Caritas Memoirs. And we got an additional 10% favor, which will bring us up to 90 once we read it. And now we can just do a little bit of Sandworm, dig in for the final 10%. And I'm probably going to repeat this process with every house, get up to 20%, do the quest, go up to, it'll knock me up to 50%, and then I'll be able to do the rest of the favor. Though I think I'm probably going to skip Lovakenge and Shazian for now. Lovakenge because it's awful, and Shazian because it's combat related, and I'm currently still level 3 combat. Decided to do some tasks. I went, after finished Missy Aurelius, went to the Draenor Guard, fed him some stew, because I was able to buy that in Shazian now, and I planted a seed in an allotment patch in Hosidius, and now I'm going to go ahead and buy 3 buckets of compost from Vasquez here, or Vaskin. I'm going to give him those 3 buckets of compost back, so he will look over my crops. And that is going to be another task done. Again, these are just all really, really small things. And that brought us up to 6 farming. I think I'm going to use at least one of these lamps onto farming here to get myself up. We are now up to, I'm hoping, level 20. Yeah, perfect. Level 20 farming, which is the requirement of Garden of Death. And then I don't know what I'm going to spend this other lamp on. Potentially Herblore, just to boost up to level 60. I did get some herbs from Wintertodt, but every level might help. All right, the favor is already complete. This was already a quick favor to get, and when it's 3 times, it's even quicker than that. And I already have like 20 books in my inventory. I do think that the highest task here is 50. And by the time I get 50, I don't even know if I'll have high alch unlock, so I'm definitely going to be here for those 50. But let's start reading these out. It either gives you 11 times your magic level, 4 times your runecrafting level. So we're going to pick magic level, but that does get modified by the XP boost. So we're already level 2, and it's going to keep going up and up. Yeah, look at that. I'm already gaining like 3k experience per book. And we're up to level 37 magic, which also gave us the ability to get to combat level 10. So I got an easy task, a medium task, and another easy task already, and I'm going to get a lot more. Got a mysterious old man random. I got 718 feather and 479 iron arrow, both of which I don't think are good, but the 7 nature runes are going to be nice because I don't really have good access to nature runes, I think, but that was worth it. That is a 50 library books turned in, and that like worked out perfectly because my 50th book got me high level alchemy, and now I'm probably going to do a little bit just to get my rune crafting level up. I think 27 is probably a good barometer for that. It shouldn't be too bad because I'm already starting at level 5, and 27 will maybe take one more inventory of books. So that is level 27 runecrafting, and I think that's going to be enough of library for me. 27 is the requirement to be able to make cosmic runes, so I think I'll be happy with that for Guardians of the Rift once I unlock the desert, which is going to be my next area. But now that I have a mage level, well, we can start attacking things with magic and backfilling all the tasks that required runes and a magic level that we didn't do before. Killed myself a guard with my newfound magical abilities. I can actually do a lot of the killing tasks now. One of the advantages of getting those nature runes is I was actually able to cast high alchemy. I'm not actually sure if I can buy nature runes. I know I can't buy law runes until I get to the next area. But a nature rune might be possible. I could also runecraft it. But it looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till desert to be able to purchase natures or law runes. So getting that task actually really helped me. Now down to 23 tasks to go, and I think by the time I'm done in Zaya, I'll definitely have both the next area and the points for the next relic. So this quest here shows you how corner trapping works. Basically, the NPC is trying to path diagonally to me, but because he's going to move west first before moving south, he's actually stuck on this rock over there, and he can't actually come forward, which means I can safe spot it, even though this room looks like you can't safe spot him. 100% Hosidius favor, another 40 points, another task complete, and 100% favor in Hosidius also actually unlocks some stuff. Most notably, we get the Woodcutting Guild, we get the Farming Guild, we can play the Tithe minigame, and we get access to the city's kitchen. We're going to come here, and this is the really good stove. I think there might be a task for using this, but we're just going to go ahead and cook all the fish that we got on our Wintertotting and see how that goes. Surprisingly enough, didn't get a task for any of the salmon or the trout. Maybe I need to do more of them, but I did get myself up to 53 cooking there very quickly. It just shows you how quickly these skills can explode. I cooked myself dinner, so I'm going to plop myself down here at the yew trees. I want to get my yew log stack up to 200 combined because I need to turn 100 yew logs into yew shortbows, and I also need to burn 100 yew logs. So by getting these levels, we are going to get ourselves slightly closer to 75 wood cutting in order to be able to chop a magic tree, which will be the next task. 90, not 99, firemaking. There's the 100 yew logs. I also got to chop some rising roots because I got an event there. So that is my AFK done, and I'm also done dinner, and now I feel a hell of a lot better. So it's time to get out of here, and I made the decision on what skill I'm putting this lamp into. I'm putting into Herblore because it is one of the few skills I have left that I just haven't trained much. We'll have infinite sapphires soon enough in desert, but might as well cut all the gems in the bank. That already got me all the way up to 27 from level 8, so boost up to 39. Cut the emeralds, that gets me to 34, so I'm 46. So I think that means I can cut all the rubies, and I can cut all the diamonds as well. Like, look at how quick this is. Imagine once I start buying unlimited gems from shops. So that is going to be really helpful for doing some tasks. Like I can go make a couple rings, some jewelry, get those crafting levels, because I think there's a task for an emerald ring and a ruby amulet, and I can make both of those. Now that I'm level 10 defense, there's some items that I can wield, one of which is a spiny helmet that is level 5 defense. That's an easy task. And then if we teleport ourselves to Varrock, we're also able to buy two items here from Horvik. We can buy a black plate body and a steel plate body. We equip black armor, we equip some steel armor, and we drop both those items, and that is 2 more tasks complete. And thankfully, the Lovakenge favor is done with this third minecart control scroll. I guess they realized that Lovakenge favor sucks because they made this one a hard task and worth 80 points instead of the rest being worth 40. 500 points to go for the next relic, and I think I can get this without going to the desert. Kind of going to be my goal, and then I'll unlock the 2 at the same time. Doing sheep shear because I didn't want to make the wool myself, but now I legitimately have no excuse as I'm able to buy 20 wool. And just like that, sheep shear is done super quick. Now that I got my saw and my 8 planks, we're going to be able to make this oak larder nice and easy. Knock out another medium task, and we got up to 42. And there we are. I killed the vampire. We got vampire Slayer done, and we're going to get a bunch of attack experience. Yeah, I anticipated getting up to level 40 because we want to equip a rune item. We also want to equip an adamant item, and we want to also equip a mithril item. Buy an adamant longsword and a mithril longsword, put them both on. That's a measy task, a medium task, and an easy task. 50 more points. Already down to 290 points to go. Very, very close to the end. I decided to go for level 40 thieving to knock off a couple groups of tasks. You can thieve from a guard. You can also get 800 coins from a pouch at once. And you can also get a pickpocket from a master farmer. So that's 3 tasks. It's all going to give me 120 points. By safe spotting the red dragon here, we should get 2 medium tasks done, each one providing 40 points, which will give us both a new area and a new relic. Adult red dragon killed. I could pick up its dragon bones, bury those dragon bones, and that is burying some dragon bones done as a task as well, bringing us up to level 8 prayer at the same time. I can now unlock a new area and I can now unlock a new relic, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I have one final thing I need to do. Now, I am going to pick the relic right now because I want the 12 times experience boost to happen on this quest. And these 3 tiers, in this tier, I think there are 2 viable options for my build. I can either go Treasure Seeker or Infernal Gathering. So Treasure Seeker, what does it do? What does it do? Creatures that drop clue scrolls have a 1 in 15 chance of dropping them. Pretty good. Clue geodes, clue nests, and clue bottles are found 10 times more often. That's going to be really good, especially stackable. Like if I'm going and I'm AFKing woodcutting, I'm going to get a lot of clues. All clue scrolls have their lowest number of steps possible for that tier. Very good, quick clues. Every clue scroll casket will roll the maximum amount of rewards it can give. Perfect, that's great. That means you're going to get more out of every clue you do. So 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 6, and 7. Pretty great. And also, there's a chance when opening a clue casket that you will receive another casket of the same tier. And the lower the tier, this is more common. This is really good. It's basically the Orlando Smith hat from RS3. But instead of a tier below, it can potentially be a tier above. So Treasure Seeker has been obtained. The reason why I'm taking this now is so that I get the passive experience boost on the Garden of Death quest up to 12 times. And that is the Garden of Death complete. Normally that gives 10,000 experience, but because I'm up to 12 times XP multiplier, it actually gave me a 120,000 farming experience, boosting myself all the way up to level 52. I can tool Leprechaun into the farming guild. But that means with Garden of Death done, I am ready to select my new area. And my second area is going to be the Kourend Desert. There is a lot in the desert. It's been upgraded a lot from the start. And right when we complete it, we're going to get Desert Treasure 2 and Desert Treasure 1 complete. On top of that, we will... On top of that, we will be able to complete the Desert Elite Diary. The big drops are all in Tombs of Damascus, the Leviathan, Temperos, Guardians of the Rift, and KQ are the big things there. But I'm locking this a lot for Toa, a lot for future potential synergies, and I think it's just going to be a fun area to do tasks. We're going to go ahead and unlock the Korean Desert. Scary to confirm this, but we have it. That is our second area unlock, and we picked the desert. And because of the auto completion of tasks, we actually got 3 tasks completed as soon as we picked the desert. I did lose out on the potential XP for all these tasks, but you know what? It doesn't really matter with the build we have going right now. With the birdhouses built, it's time to say goodbye to the episode. Next time, we'll go ahead and explore the desert, but I've been playing for like 15 hours today, and my head hurts and I want to go to bed. So that is going to be tomorrow's problem, but I think this was a very successful first day. Got a total of 168 tasks done for 4,100 points. And I think potentially by the end of day tomorrow, I will be able to get tier 6. And tier 6 is going to be a really tough decision because I think there's a couple relics in here where I actually could go. Like, I don't think I'm actually decided on that one. While tier 7 and tier 8, I think I'm pretty well decided.